So I'm making family's favorite, one of them. Simple. It's just eggplant. But when you grow your own herbs and have these amazing sauces, I'll show you. I mix these with some, you get them at O'Brien's on Dale Road, and they're delicious, with garlic and homegrown herbs. And when I cut this, I gotta turn it because, I don't know, I don't seem to cut a very good straight edge with my eyesight, but oh well. Anyhow, I cut them about 3/4 of an inch-ish, and I'll tell you more about it in a minute, but we're gonna put a little bit of panko on it, not much, with a milk and 1 egg. Hey! Okay, so now you want to use left hand for in the sauce, just a little bit in the egg, and cream dip in here then you go to the right hand. Otherwise you get stuff all over the fingers, and that just makes a mess. So just a little push in here in the egg and cream, flip it in here, push, turn over right hand. You'll get it, understand. Very simple process, keep it consistent, and just to make sure there's enough. I see that I missed a spot there, so I got to turn that one over again. There we go. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Did I do that wrong? I think I did. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it. Here we go. Oh yeah. So this is what one eggplant looks like. And that goes in the oven, 375 preheated, for 30 minutes. Very simple. And then I'll be showing you the rest. I'll be chopping up some garlic in a moment with some herbs for the sauce. Oh yeah, that's the best part. It's all about the sauce. So garlic's kind of easy. You want to take the little end off here. I think that's the best thing to do first. And when you get to that point, get these all done, just take a little pop, take the skin off, do that with all these, and then you're gonna chop it up pretty fine with those. That's how you get it started. And then it's gonna go in that pan with a little coconut oil, very healthy. Well, as healthy as you can get, but pretty good. So when you're growing herbs, I have about 3 different kinds of thyme that I grow. And I have French, I have German, and lemon. And I like the French the most. It seems to have the easiest growth. And sometimes with your oregano, it starts to flower like that. You want to cut it because that stops the flowering part, but you can still use that before it blossoms, and it's quite good. And as we're cooking the eggplant for 30 minutes at 375, you prepare the sauce. And this is the beginning process of getting all this put together, which is thyme, oregano, and a little bit of rosemary. I would probably put sage in it, but it's a little bit strong for this. So there we go. So with using coconut oil, you don't need a lot, just enough to get a little sear on there. Probably half a tablespoon. I'll let that get hot, and then I'll put the herbs in on the stove, and I'll be adding the sauce here in a minute. So that's going on the stove with this. And by the way, a good knife, sharp, is a good thing to use. I sharpen it every time I use it. And to me, the best sharpener is this little Henkel sharpener. You pull it through, it has one side of steel, the other side is a ceramic. That can really get the knife sharp. And to do it best is not to put too much pressure on it when you're pulling it through. It's the lightness. You start it a little heavy, and then as you want it to get it sharper and sharper, you make it lighter and lighter until you're barely touching it. And it gets a great edge on the knife every time I use it. I'm just started the pan to get ready. Wait for the butter or the coconut oil to get a little melted, and I'll throw in my herbs. Just put it on the low. I don't need it high yet. So depending on your pan you're using, I like to use wood. Doesn't scratch anything and it just works well. And let this simmer probably about 2-3 minutes till the garlic, you look at it and you watch it, and that it has a good, not quite opaque, not too hot, but it's got to be good. So the garlic's good. Pour in the first sauce. Oh yeah. Pour in the next one. Oh yeah. Now I'll fill these with about almost half, not quite half, of water to add to the sauce because it'll cook down and you need that. But before you do that, you want to stir this to make sure it's going in the right places. And those herbs will just add magic to this sauce. You'll see. Oh boy. So the water is in there, and I want to keep stirring until you know you can tell they're all mixed together, the water, the sauce, the herbs. I have it turned up medium, but in a moment I'm going to turn it up medium high until I get the first bubble. I'll turn it back down to medium and then simmer. So the sauce and stuff will stick to the pan. So you take a little bit of coconut oil and you want to rub it all around the bottom of the pan, sides. Pretty much if you don't want it to stick and hard cleaning, this makes life a lot easier. And it's good for your skin too. So I don't use a lot of mozzarella, but I do use some. And use my hands, but I'll sprinkle on. And you're wondering where the other ones go. Well, I make another dish for my adopted dad, and I'll bring it to you later. And I'll put the sauce on, which is pretty basic. But yeah, you don't need a lot of cheese because mozzarella is kind of weird when it cooks too much. Just enough. Anyhow, that's about it. Throw some sauce on, back in the oven, 375. Yummy. So I just want to show you how much sauce I put on it. I just gently put it on, and for the most part, cover it. And it'll cook down, and it'll be good. Make sure you get all the nooks and crannies. 375, 30 more minutes.